This one is just straightforward.
Yes.
So there's this quote I actually saw on Hate that I really liked. And it says, so whatever makes you tick reviews what you need to work on.
Whatever makes you tick.
Whatever makes you tick reviews what you need to work on and reviews what you need to heal. So it's more like saying, whatever makes you as an individual start to feel like, oh, you are maybe like you're still holding a grudge, regret, for example, what we talked about and all of those things, it only simply reviews that you need to heal from that. And I feel like the very first step is acceptance. So when you're able to accept that, yes, you've been hurt, when you're able to accept, because what acceptance does is it gives clarity to a lot of things that you were not able to see before. If you accept that, oh, I am not experiencing, if you accept that you're going through life changes, right, and this is just a matter of time, it would pass. If you can accept that, okay, you know what, I know I have been hurt, but I choose to let go. If you can accept that, you know what, this person has no reason for hurting me. This person just chose to hurt me because this person is toxic. I am not the problem. Do you understand? When you can accept, it makes it easy for you to actually heal. Because if you cannot accept, you not accepting is you questioning a lot of things that has happened. You not accepting is you asking yourself, okay, why does this person hate me? Okay, why is this happening in my life? Okay, Kemi, why did you do this? Why did you address the situation? Then, it breeds about feelings of resentment towards oneself and, the people you're addressing. It breeds about feelings of regrets about yourself and towards people that you're also addressing. All of these things would only breed hate in you, right? You start to hate yourself. You start to hate people. And trust me, that will not heal you. Hate can never heal you. When you are overpowered with hate, when hate takes over you as a human being, why do I keep saying bleak clouds? It covers the way you see things. It changes your perspective. Because at times you would see the truth, but because you have hate in you, right, you will not want to accept that truth. So it will not heal you. It will only make you feel a certain way. It will only make you stuck. It will only make you not move past. It will deprive you of other opportunities life has to offer you, basically.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of love anyway. I love love. I love the concept of love. I love the idea of love, love as in love is kind, love is patient, that kind of love, that love is understanding, love doesn't demand its own way, that is the love I'm a fan of, and I believe that truly and, honestly, love does conquer all. Hate will never heal you. Hate will never heal our society. That's why, for instance, when we relate this back into, what happened in October in Nigeria, with the NSAS protest and all of that, the NSAS protest was beautiful because you are seeing youths from different religions, different tribes in Nigeria come together. Muslims are worshiping Muslims are worshiping and Christians are protecting them. Christians are worshiping and, Muslims are still there, Sorry?
That actually blew my mind.
That is what we're saying about love conquering all. That is what we're saying about hate not healing this society, but love. And the youths of this country really showed that together we can actually, with love, we can conquer the problems of this particular country. So, love, I'm a big fan of love. I really think that love is the answer to a lot of problems. Whether it is in your life, whether, your purpose is not found in hate.
Yes.
A person's purpose is usually almost all the time found in love. If you can
love
tie
for oneself, love for others.
Yes, you understand. If you can tie whatever you're doing, whether you're a banker, a politician, a media personality, an editor, camera, whatever it is you do, if you can tie whatever you do to the concept and characteristics of love, you'll see a difference in what you do. So the next truth this morning is the people who have the strength to tell you when you're wrong are the ones you must keep closer to you. The people who have the strength to tell you when you're wrong are the ones you must keep closer to you. Accountability is very important. Accountability in your family, accountability in your relationship, accountability at work. Now, at work, it's quite straightforward. You know, if you're not doing well, for instance, if I'm not doing well, you as my, colleague would tell me, Ade, you need to step up. Ade, you're not doing this well, blah, blah, which I've done a few times, but it's okay. You also, for instance, you have your bosses who will, tell you that, when they're doing like a progress report, they'll tell you you're slacking here.
Yeah.
But they're doing all of that because obviously their profit has to be made by a company, profit has to be made by a business. Your inefficiency in the workplace was reducing the income and the profits that you're basically essentially hurting because when you put out a bad outputs, your inputs would reflect, it will reflect on your inputs. So in a business, it's quite straightforward and easy for people to tell you the truth. Now, when it's in friendship, it's a bit difficult because your friends, they are thinking about your emotions. They're thinking about your feelings. They say, I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell him the truth. I don't like friends like that, actually. As in, I don't even like people like that around me. If you cannot tell me the truth and you claim to be my friend, and I realize that you knew, but you chose not to say anything, I would have to distance myself from you. That's just how I am.
So, but you know that it also depends on you as an individual. Are you willing to accept the truth? Because a lot of us actually
I don't think it's really about that. I think it is your responsibility as my friend to tell me the truth. Whether I accept it, that I don't accept in a moment does not mean that you have not sown a seed that I'll go and think about.
So it now depends on the truth because, look, it's easier said than done. A lot of people would say, I do not like friends that cannot tell me the truth. But if you're being told the truth, can you accept it? Okay, even if you do not accept it, how do you react to that?
Okay,
I like the fact that we're actually talking about this,
yes.
some certain truths and this is one that a lot of people have to admit. You say, oh, I do not like friends that don't tell me the truth. But you see them react when they actually do tell you that truth.
Yes. The truth is bitter.
It's bitter.
When you eat bitter, as in cola nuts, your face will react now. So, as in, like, you will always react.
Yes. But then again, there's a way, acceptance.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about acceptance is very key. So, if you're being told the truth, as an individual, it's your choice whether to accept it or not. But if you constantly say, oh, I don't like it whenever my friends can tell me the truth. I don't like it, friends that cannot come face to face me, and then when they do tell you the truth, you constantly fight them. Then it only means that you actually do not want the truth, right?
Kemi.
Now, it is actually not easy. I'm just trying to, it's actually not easy for some certain people that definitely call you their friends to come to you and say, oh, I do not think that what you're doing is good. Because when you're interacting with people, take it or leave it, you're trying to put into consideration their feelings, their emotions, their thoughts, right? As a friend, definitely, I would want to tell you the truth. I would love to tell you the truth. But at times, if I see that the way you react to some certain things, for example, you want to break my head because I've told you a certain truth, I will hold my peace. Because now it is easier to tell someone who is willing to listen. I'm not even talking about acceptance now.
Yeah.
Are you first willing to listen to the truth?
Right.
Before it comes, you've already discarded it. What is the point? But either ways, you still see people say, still say it. You've done your own part. Your responsibility is just to tell them.
Yeah.
Right? As a friend.
Yeah.
And their responsibility is whether to take it or not. But I feel like if you as a friend, you're doing the right thing by telling your friend that, oh, this is what I feel isn't cool and all. And then you, as my friend, or that I consider my friend, you're fighting me for it, then I would question that relationship.
Right.
I'll question that friendship. I feel like a lot of us, we need to edit our friend list.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Circumstantial friend, like we talked about, will not want to tell you the
They
truth
will not tell you the
because they are
truth.
trying to gain,
Yes.
leaving out they are trying to put your emotions and feelings into consideration. Because they're also trying to gain something from you because they don't want to lose the favor, right? The privilege that they have with you.
And so they won't tell you the truth.
They won't tell you the truth. But as a genuine friend, as a true friend, we should be able to tell our friends the truth regardless of, look, it will not be easy.
Yeah.
Trust me. Because you start to feel like, oh, I know if I tell this person might actually feel bad. They would rather you do not feel okay about yourself for an entire day than not feel okay about yourself for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Right? Because they've seen it, they've observed you. There are some things that you personally will not know you're doing wrong until somebody actually calls you out and say, oh, these are the things that I believe you're not doing well.
Yeah.
Which is why at times, I feel some of us, we mistake I do not want to seek approval. Seeking approval is different from, constantly. I feel like, okay, to an extent, it's good to seek approval from people because, of course, if you have the ability to sieve out informations, whether negative or positive, whatever the approval is, you're able to sieve out what works for you, right? You're able to identify the things that would actually be of better advantage to you as an individual. But if where the always seeking approval from other people comes in is if you do not even have a voice of your own, if you do not have a sense of self, if you cannot talk to yourself first before even other people talk to you. Yes, you talk to yourself. Yes, at times you want closure on some certain things, which is why it is okay to meet friends, families, people who have better experiences than us to tell us some certain truth. But if we constantly deny ourselves the truth. If we constantly, yes, we all want friends that can tell us the truth, but when they come and they often tell us the truth and we discard it every time, then I feel like if I am that friend, I'll start to question that friendship because there is nothing I would say to you that would make any sense. I am not saying this like, okay, I'm not saying that, oh, whatever I say, it has to make sense to you and her. But, to an extent, if I cannot tell you the truth as my friend, then that friendship should be questioned. Because you as my friend too, you will not be able to tell me the truth about myself. And it's somehow.
Exactly. And, for me personally, I have different levels of friendships with people. So there are people I truly love. There are people I truly love. And there are people I love, there are people I like, and there are people I have to tolerate. Like, for instance, at work. Like, I don't like you, I don't like you. I have to work with you. So I'm going to just tolerate you because I don't want to be around you, but I have to be around you because of work. Do you understand? So for me, it really depends on... my level of friendship with you for me to tell you the truth. If, for instance, I love you, there are particular men in my life that I love, my friends, my male friends, particularly my male friends, if there are some of them that I tell the truth, if when they make mistakes, when they're, misbehaving or whatever, I confront them. And it's the same thing for me as well, like my business partner, whenever, I make a mistake, he tells me, it does not wait. He tells me very, very hot, using very harsh words to tell me, Ade, you are making... Also. No, because he knows how to get... He knows, so maybe he knows how to get through to me. If it comes like Ade, I think he knows that I'll body him, as in I would, overpower the conversation he's trying to have with me, because that is sometimes my own reaction to truth, but he knows how to tell me the truth. Now if I, for instance, I claim to love you and I do not tell you the truth, I do not love you. Yes, do you understand? If I like you, for me personally, for instance, if I'm tolerating you, I don't see it's not my responsibility to tell you the truth. That's your father's responsibility, or your friends, for someone that loves you, responsibility to tell you the truth. Even if I can say I don't know, for me, like, even if I can glaringly say that this person is not a serious human being, it is not my position to tell you, because I am not, like, we have not reached that point of friendship, and I don't hold that particular place in your life to be telling you things, do you understand, of such sensitive, pertinent, standard. So it's not my responsibility to tell you the truth. Now for me as well. So that's why for me it's a big deal. I have had friends, close friends, growing up, that I have had to distance myself from because they don't tell me the truth. And I realized late that I could have, because they realized what was wrong with me, but they did not tell me the truth. I don't appreciate that at all. I don't, especially if we claim to be, how men can be, like bromance and stuff. Especially if you claim that we have bromance. I'm talking about my male friends, Especially when you claim that we have bromance or whatever, and you don't tell me the truth. Like,
I just feel like you see that truth.
I'm not standing for that.
Truth differs. Oh, seriously, because there's also the truth that a lot of people. Yes, we keep saying, "I want you to tell me the truth. I want you to." But when you now tell them the truth, they'll be angry. Okay, imagine if. Let me share this experience with you.
Okay,
there's this friend. Not entirely my close friend, but I used to hear a lot about her, and a friend of mine came to me one time like this and asked me a question: that do you think I should tell this person that she has bad breath? And I was like, do you think you're ready to handle it? Do you know her? Have you observed her? What kind of a person she is? Because see, before you tell someone some certain truth, you also need to take into consideration their kind of person too.
Right.
Because, a truth that when you tell them the truth, you start to even regret it, that, why did I even talk?
Right,
really?
yeah.
Now, this lady, you would often hear her say, I don't like friends that don't like telling me the truth, that you're not my real friend if you cannot tell me the truth, and all of that. Okay, since you've said this now, a friend, yes, of course, manner of approach is very, very important. Then this lady walked up to her one time like this. In fact, I was not even there. I just heard because it was a big deal in the whole school. And then she was like, because I had to ask her that, okay, so how did you tell her? Because she came back to me saying, I think I've done wrong, the roof is on fire, And I was like, how did you tell her? And she said, so I called her and said, Ibukumi, I feel like maybe the toothpaste you're using is not working properly. And then she asked why. I was like, because you have bad breath. And I was like, okay, that's not entirely bad. But you could have, been better about that.
Yeah.
That approach was somehow.
Yeah.
But then again, you just said it. The truth is bitter.
The truth is bitter.
It's very bitter.
As in, no matter how, it's bitter.
And for someone to come out and to tell you that, Ade, you have a bad breath.
Yeah.
Somehow, because you are human, you will feel a certain way.
Yeah.
You'll feel like,
oh God.
She just say that to me, and then you're like, but if
my God, I have bad breath.
You start. You start.
Yeah.
Now, if the moment you start being conscious about that, it means that you've accepted the truth.
Yeah.
Right. But if the first thing you do is, what do you mean? What do you mean by I have bad breath? You too, you have bad breath because I've not been telling you. And then it becomes
no, but wait, hold on, Kemi.
I
mean, people react that way does not mean that they have not listened to you or they have not paid attention to what people just.
So if you react that way, you might chase people who really want to tell you the truth. You might chase them away because the first approach is attack.
Right.
The first thing you've shown them is attack.
Yeah.
Yes, nobody wants to be told some certain things like, oh, you stink.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're not smart enough. Your IQ is low.
Okay,
your EQ
the thing is that I feel like
somehow.
Yeah, I feel like if you react that way to like, oh, your breath so is bad, I've not told you. I think if you don't, okay, you have reacted that way.
Yeah.
Go home, think about it. She was actually right though, and then come back and say, guy, you were actually right, and I apologize for the way I reacted, but it's just that you know how I am now. I'm a hot.
And
Yeah,
also, it
do you
still depends
understand?
on the individual.
Exactly.
Do you
So
understand?
that's what I mean by doesn't mean that the person
They
that
don't accept it.
it doesn't mean that they are not listening to you. They are just truth is bitter.
Definitely, they would say,
truth is
even if
bitter.
people that don't want to accept, even if people that don't want to accept, that feel like, oh, they want to discard that truth, the moment you tell them they have bad breath, they might fight with you right there. But trust me, when they go,
They are going to brush their teeth.
they would actually, you know,
Yes.
they would do this,
They're going to
and
buy
then they'll be like,
Tom-Tom.
okay, and then they'll be conscious. It
Yeah.
means they've accepted him.
Yeah.
So yes, it's basically what we're just saying is, as friends, it might be really, really hard, truthfully,
Yeah.
to walk up to your friend and tell your friend that this is what you're doing. All right, but before we continue, we have Olamilekan from Lagos. Hello, good morning, Olamilekan.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear us?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
I don't
Okay.
think.
I think maybe there's a back and
Yeah.
forth with the
Okay.
network.
All right.
So basically, to just
Yeah,
land
okay.
that point is very important. It will not come easy.
Yeah.
Right? You that you're telling the teller and the listener,
Nice,
it
yeah.
will not come easy for both of them,
Exactly.
because you have to summon courage to actually walk up to that friend to
Yes.
tell, because you
Yes.
know already that telling this person would actually hurt this person's feelings. But I'd rather this person's feelings is hurt than the person maybe live to regret the fact that nobody ever told them the truth. So it works
exactly.
two ways, but as a friend, you should tell your friends
Yeah.
the truth, really.
Okay.
Okay. And the next one here says, most of the time, the correct answer is obvious. We're just afraid to take the risk.
This is very true. Oh my God.
Most
this
of
is
the
very correct.
See, most of the questions we ask people, we already know the answer.
Yes.
Like, we already have the answer.
Yes.
But because we are so afraid to take the risk, forgetting that life is actually a risk.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I see risk as an adventure, like an adventure. You know, you're testing something that you've never tried before.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a big adventure, actually.
Oh, Ade, do you think I should only save? Should I save or invest? What do you think? And then Ade tells me, oh, I think investing more will increase your income better.
Yeah.
Of course, I already know that saving will only make the money, maybe just remain there.
Yeah.
But when I invest, it multiplies. It's a way of increasing your income. I already have the answer. But because I am scared that, if I go and invest my money into something that I'm not sure of, something would happen, my money would go on up. But life is actually a risk.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So many of the questions we ask people, we already have the answer to it, the first class answer to these questions, but because we're actually scared to take the risk.
You know, most of the most successful ideas, or most of these ideas that we find that are brilliant, all these big companies, they started off as very...
Hello.
Oh, okay. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, we have Olamilekan from Lagos. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
Where in Lagos are you calling us from today?
Sooner.
Okay, all right. So, yes, so today we're having a conversation on Truth Tuesday. Do you have something to tell us? Do you have a truth that you would like to tell us this morning?
Okay, well, I just want to say that, okay, so basically I don't say this a lot, but I want to say that I love my mom so much. And they say that you can't know how best your mom is until you taste or know every mom in the world. But then, my mom is like the best of the bestest, if I'm going to say that. And that's one truth I want to let out. And, okay, to myself, I just want to admit to myself that I need to let go of some things more often. And
that's beautiful.
To my sister, I want to say she's the best, and I love her so much.
So cute.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much
so
for coming, Olamilekan. All right, just to remind you, the phone lines are open this morning. We're having Truth Tuesday. Okay, just as Olamilekan did, please call in. You know, if you have a message you would like to send to someone,
Yes.
you know, if you have something that you would like to
An
get off your
experience you'd like to
chest, you know,
share.
we're having these conversations to inspire you. This is what
Yeah.
we do on Tea or Coffee. We inspire, we encourage, we educate, we entertain.